Hi everyone, it's the EnglishSimmer here and welcome back to my channel, and today's video where we are going to be talking about my 2020 wish list for The Sims 4. So we all know that I think The Sims 4 has some very prominent issues, and those issues really do tend to come from base game, and we've seen a lot throughout 2019 that the Sims team are capable of making these incredible looking packs that have so much little detail to the environment and the world around it, but there just seems to be something that falls flat in those expansions. But enough about 2019. That's gone now. It is in the past. It needs to lie there. We are going to sweep that under the rug. We are going to talk about things I want from 2020. So we have all the big packs right now, I feel like. We got University in 2019. We've got Seasons. We've got Cats and Dogs. I always feel like those are kind of the big three, but we also have an island world. We have a lot of like big players in The Sims 4 already, but we still want to see more. However, I'm kind of hoping that 2020 is kind of a year that brings realism to our game. I know some people find realism boring. We just got the knitting stuff pack voted in, and I have seen a lot of negativity around that pack being like, this is why we shouldn't ask the community for things. You guys just want all the boring shiz. But the thing is, I think people want knitting, as mad as it sounds, kind of like laundry, because we miss the realism and kind of the chore of playing the game. The Sims 4 is far too easy. It just needs something that kind of feels a little bit monotonous, and this all sounds really bad, but once I get into my list, you guys will understand why. So the first thing I really would love to see, and I don't know if this would come in a pack, I don't know if this would come in a free update, I don't even know if this is possible. This is gonna be crazy, this is gonna be outlandish, this is gonna be one of those videos where you're like, Molly, this is never gonna happen, which I'm fine with, but I want my opinions heard. And so the first thing that I would love to see in 2020 is more personality. I feel as if my Sims 4 Sims have zero personality anymore. Like, I've played the same sim so many times over, even when I try and change it up, just the base of the Sims 4 is they always seem happy. They can never make an enemy. There's literally nothing that makes my Sims different from one another. No matter how many different traits I've tried, or trait combinations, or like a strong, like evil personality, just doesn't come through in The Sims 4 because it's so nicey and all of the Sims are the same. So what I mean by more personality is I would love to see more traits introduced into The Sims 4. I would love to see more rewards in the reward store. I actually did one of these lists back in 2019, which I need to watch because I can't remember what I said, but I have a feeling I kind of know what I said, and I think the lifetime aspiration reward store was definitely part of that. I would also love to see Create a Sim go through a glow up, and by that I would love to see a chemistry system, so you could choose turn-ons and turn-offs. We had those in The Sims 2 and I freaking loved the chemistry system. We kind of have one of them. If you have Wicked Whims, there is actually a chemistry feature, which is actually what I downloaded Wicked Whims for. It took me a good 6 years to download Wicked Whims into my games, but as soon as that chemistry system came up, I was like, that's it, I need this mod, it's gonna add something to my game. And so I would love to see an official chemistry system, just so it didn't feel so perfect. I would also love to see star signs. They could definitely play a part in the chemistry system. Favorites, I miss my Sims having that little bit of differing personality, like favorite color, favorite food, favorite type of music, and that could definitely play on emotions when it comes to The Sims 4. I would also love to see talents. Mods do this really well, and I've figured it out this year that I'm gonna have to download mods if I want to enjoy The Sims 4, and Slice of Life actually has talents. And I don't just want the Sims team to take from mod creators, obviously, because I think mod creators do an amazing job, but having a talent would be really cool. Like maybe your sim levels up in it faster, and then they get like extra skill points, and I don't know, I just feel as if my Sims are missing personalities. Also in Create a Sim, I would love to see the addition of more relationships introduced. Right now, I think you can only pick between mother, father, I don't even think grandparent is in there. I think you have to do that like manually. There's son and daughter and brother and sister. I think those are the only ones, like girlfriend, spouse, or I don't even know if girlfriend's in there. I can't remember, but there's like 3 options that we can choose from in Create a Sim. So when you're trying to make a really big family and you want to add like cousins and aunties and uncles and grandmas and granddads, you can't do it unless you physically go into the game and sort out their relationships, or you like create them all, move them out, create some more, move them out. You can't physically make a massive family unless you do the work for it. So I would really love to see more relationships introduced into Create a Sim. Another thing I would love to see in Create a Sim, and I've been wanting this for a really long time now, and it would be the option to save an outfit. So if you have a sim and they look really freaking dope and you want to like save that outfit to either use on another sim, or if you just want to save that outfit and also like apply it from their everyday wear to their summer wear, you should be able to do it. I hate constantly having to go back to an outfit, see what my sim is wearing, then go back to the other outfit and sort it all out all over again. Happens on makeup as well. You should be able to save makeup, or at least like lock makeup. So if you want to keep the makeup on like all their everyday outfits, you should be able to do that in Create a Sim. I briefly mentioned that favorites could have an effect on emotions, and emotions are definitely something I think need fixing in 2020. This game has been out for almost 6 years now, and I feel like there's just too many emotions. And it's not even like in a good way. It's not like, wow, the Sims team like are introducing all these new emotions. It's not that. It's whenever your sim does something, it completely cancels out the emotion that they were feeling. Emotions change far too quickly in The Sims 4. Like I said, your sim could have like a massive falling out with someone. They could be so angry at the sim, yet you wouldn't know it because they'll like kind of shout and argue with them, and then in the next second they're just talking to them like they're their friend. It makes no sense to me. I've been playing Sims 2 recently, and my wife in that game actually found her husband cheating on her, and so she had in her moodlet bar, in her relationship bar, she had a red square over his face, and it took about 7 days to disappear. Every day it would get a little bit smaller, and then by the time the 7 days were up, she started like talking to him again. But for those 7 days, she wouldn't sleep in the same bed as him. She would barely talk to him. She would stomp around. If I tried to get her to talk to him, she'd just be like, "Nuh-uh," or she'd like do it and then get annoyed all over again. And I feel like that's how emotions should be. If your sim is feeling angry, they shouldn't want to go and talk to the person that they've literally just had an argument with 2 seconds ago. The next thing I would love to see, and none of you are going to be shocked by this, I've talked about this, I've mentioned this, I tweet about this all the time, I want more hobbies in The Sims 4. And not even just hobbies, but just things to do at home. I've said it before, I've said it a million times over. The only things that you can do in The Sims 4 seem to be going out, getting drunk, or going out, leaving your lot and going bowling or going to a spa. There's really not a lot for Sims to do at home unless it has something to do with a career. And I would love to just see some cozy things that your Sims can do at home. Give my kids chores. Let them clean the house. You can't even clean properly in The Sims 4. There's no neat trait. I remember in The Sims 3, if you had a neat Sim, you could actually just select them to like clean the whole house, which was amazing because if you were having like a lazy Sunday in game, you could be like, oh, well, I'm gonna clean the house. The kids can do some chores. There's no chores for the kids. Kids can barely do anything in the game. I definitely feel as if this year, life stages need to be supported. Every other life stage, bar young adult and adult, needs something new this year. If the Sims team are serious about keeping life in this game, you gotta give us some life in those life stages, or else people are just gonna forget that The Sims 4 exists and they're just gonna go back to previous games. And not even just hobbies and chores, but like more events at home. I hate that you can't throw like slumber parties, or even the toddler play dates aren't great because you have to like set them all up through the adult. And it's the same whenever your kids have a party, you can't invite any of their friends because the adult who has to host that event doesn't know any of the kids, because that would be pretty darn weird. So when it comes to events, I would love to have more events that actually happen at home and encourage your Sims, such as like barbecues and things like that. And I know if you have seasons and I know if you have get together, you can kind of make this work with like clubs and social events and the calendar. But I really just want to see like more official events. And I also want to see a kind of phone book for the whole family. So when you are hosting an event, that one person who's hosting it can invite friends of the whole family, or else it just doesn't make sense to make connections in The Sims 4 because you can't invite them to things anyway. I have been aggravated by that so many times throughout my gameplay. Speaking of life stages, and I know this is going to be one of those ones where I really don't think it's ever going to happen in The Sims 4 lifetime, hashtag free the babies. And I've spoken about this recently. Even if they don't manage to free the babies, although they really should, because I am sick of babies being objects and like only being able to hold them in one place. I want to take them out for walks. I want to take them out in little pushchairs and prams. Same with my toddlers. Like, you never see a family roaming around town with a toddler or a baby because they can't leave the house. There's nothing for them to do. So I would really, really love to see babies finally freed from their cribs. And some of you might be like, why is this needed? It's been 6 years, okay? I just want my little Sim to be carrying around a baby around the house. Like, that's all I want. And even if they don't give us that, I would like to see like maybe some reskins of the babies. It's been 6 years and I've been playing with those bald ass babies in the little green and pink baby grows for 6 years. Can we please change them? Is it green and yellow? I think it's green and yellow. Okay. So maybe I've not been paying that much attention, but that's because I usually age my babies up because there's nothing to do with them. And this last one might surprise you guys because I've been pretty outspoken about this topic in the past, saying, why do we need it? Sims 4 doesn't have an open world. Why the heck would we need this thing? And it is cars. But like I said, I've been playing a lot of The Sims 2 recently, and also 2019 was a big year for transportation in The Sims 4. First off, we got boats in Island Living, then we got brooms in Realm of Magic, and more recently, we just got bicycles in Discover University. Wow, that was a mind blank. So yes, I would like to see cars in the year 2020. This is actually the 20th anniversary of The Sims, and I'm expecting some big things from this year. Fingers crossed the team will follow through and we can all have an amazing celebration together. And I genuinely think that now is kind of the right time to introduce a Cars, and I would personally go for a game pack just because you can do a little bit more with it. You can introduce plenty of cars for everyone who's been wanting them recently. You can introduce a new woohoo spot in said cars. You can have fixer-upper cars, which your families can work on together at home, which definitely promotes doing things at home with your family instead of going out and being an alcoholic. And it also opens up room for the Sims team to maybe have a mechanic career. It could be a work from home career. Maybe your friends like bring their cars over to your house and you work on cars in your garage. Or it could be like you travel to this garage and you have to like sort out the cars. I just think having cars as a game pack would actually be really cool. And I now respect cars a lot more since playing The Sims 2 again, because there's a lot that the team could do with cars when it comes to The Sims 4. And I feel like everyone who's wanted cars literally since the beginning of the game really deserves them this year. Just like, please, just give them the cars. It's fine. I swear we won't blow them up, or we'll at least try not to. Also, your teens could learn to drive. So many capabilities of what a Cars game pack could do. So there we have it. Those are some things that I would like to see out of 2020. Most of these things I would probably guess would come from like an update or something like that. I think I might actually do another one of these videos specifically based on packs. So you guys know I want a hobbies pack. You know I would quite like a Cars pack now, which is crazy to think. I never thought I would say that in a video, but here we are, 2020, new year, new me, and all that jazz. But there are definitely some other expansions and game packs and stuff packs that I would also like to see, and kind of features that I think need a little bit more work. In 2019, we got Off the Grid with Island Living. However, it's not the best. It was very buggy when it was first released, and I really do think that is like a strong foundation that the team could work on in the future. So there are definitely things like that where I think they could kind of take an element of a pack and definitely work on them further. But if you would like to see a video where I actually focus on what packs I would like to see come out of 2020, then give this video a big thumbs up. Let me know your biggest wants from 2020, and who knows, maybe I'll even discuss them in a future video, because I definitely want to do more videos like this year where I kind of sit down and talk about what I want and talk about my thoughts and opinions. You guys really seem to like these types of videos, and I also really enjoy like getting all of this off my chest and just recording and sitting down with you guys and having these discussions. I also love the discussions we have in the comments after these types of videos, so definitely want to do more of these on my channel this year. But thank you guys so much for all of your support last year, and if you aren't subscribed, then please do hit that subscribe button. Turn on that bell notification if you want to be notified every single time I upload, and I will speak to you all in my next video. Bye guys!